And now, what's going on TikTok, man? Just came from different lives and stuff, but you know, just looking to get to the point. Y'all join up. It's all about particle transmutation and understanding what system it is that you operate within, and knowing exactly what this system provides for you when you're studying it or practicing what it teaches, because you can study something and not, take on it. But when you start practicing what they're teaching you and specifically going through the steps that they're teaching you, that's when you begin to embody that understanding. And if you don't know exactly what the end result of these systems are for you, you're just a sheep following the shepherd, whether it's the Bible, any type of religion study, So you have to know. This is why I'm more of a point-oriented person, but then I go into the details of that point. So it's important to understand that there are particles that exist within and around us. We exist as these particles, and we exist within these particles. So there are particles that are rotating at specific rates, pulsating at specific rates, vibrating, oscillating at specific rates that will determine what we see. It's like science, but I'm not talking about atoms, electrons, and photons, and I'm talking about partiki, antimatter, particum, which is on the left-hand side, matter, particule, which is antimatter. So look at it like this. Partiki is the resonant particle, is the omnipolar particle that flashes on and off and comes together to create the fabric of creation that we exist as and within right now. So if you move your hand or just simply sit there and focus on the space that is in between you and whatever it is that you're doing, that's what you're operating through and as. So anything that's teaching you to either just specifically go within or just go outside of yourself, just go outside of yourself. It has to be a balance. It has to be a balance, because if it's not a balance, then you're just going to be taken in one direction. So you have to understand what exactly it is that you're studying and practicing. It's too late to be a sheep.
Yeah, I just seen Lil Baby lawyer.
His lawyer?
Yeah, look up Drew Finan on Instagram. Drew Finan, something like that.
The hell?
I just seen him.
But we have to understand, bro. The answer is right within us and in front of us. But you got to know who you are. You got to know what structures are occurring within you. So that way you'll know why life presents itself the way it does to you. Because life is not something that's happening. Life is you. I mean, it's really nothing much to explain. Once you understand how energy works and these particles and things like that, it really wouldn't be much to say, but to go within yourself and start structuring your inner world and presenting that out into the world. Whatever occurs inside of you is going to show. It's always going to show. So it's really no hiding. It's really no hiding. I mean, to the naked eye, you can hide, but ultimately you can't hide, bro. That's where the saying come from. God is always watching. Literally, that's what that saying means. It's not some spiritual being on the outside the world staring at you in your face. Y'all could join up if y'all want to anyway. So hold on, let me get this panel right for y'all so y'all can feel welcome. But yeah, like if you're gonna come on here and talk about, and like, this God this and this God that, without the understanding of how particles work, then you're just talking into the air. You have to understand how these particles work. This is what these fallen angels, they know this. These guardians, the guardians that assist us through the process of ascension, they know this. They know how particle transmutation and how particles work, because they know They exist as and within the creation of existence. And what AI and technology is doing is trying to create an artificial place of existence. That's why if you look up, I don't know, let me see, look up technology, and then that pattern that you see that they promote, that's the system that they want us to operate in because it's a false system. Let me see. Yeah, so yeah, stuff like this, like let me show you. Like this, the first thing you see when you look up technology on Google, stuff like this. They're trying to get us to operate through systems like that, like this. Systems like this. So it's completely separate. It's completely separate from creation itself. It's an artificial reality. That's all it is. And we are the determiners. Like we are the ones to determine if it's gonna flourish or not, because we are the facilitators of whatever it is that they come out with. And once we understand that, once we understand facilitate mean to make an action or process easier. So they may put some information out, and when we begin to believe whatever they say, it makes it easier for them to, promote it because we believe it. That's why I say it's important to understand who is the facilitator, or who is presenting us these things, and how can we counteract these lies. How can we counteract these lies that are occurring within our system? Like I say, if y'all want to join up, come on and talk, but just know I'm here to teach, bro. Like in like I say, look at the world. When I move my hand, sorry about that. When I move my hand, it's a space, but it's energy that's occurring right now. Like it's energy. So it's like being in a pool, and when you move your hand inside the pool, it's like, dang, my hand moving slow. But no, that's just different particles. With like the particles have different density within the pool. So when matter interacts with that, like matter is a lot more dense, so it can move a little more fluid. I mean, move a little bit more. It moves differently than water. So when you put your hand in water and you move it around, it's not going to move as fast as it does within the particles of the air. But ultimately, we are made up of these particles. So it's like a system of operation. Sorry about the noise in the background. I'm looking for something, but it's like a system of operation that's occurring. In meditation, um, learning how energy works is going to help propel your progress and ascension. Because literally, ascension is not some lofty spiritual idea. It's literally transmuting the particles. When you close your eyes, bro, right, and you begin to focus on that space, that darkness, you're gonna start seeing particles move around, right? Those particles will begin to take shape and take form depending on how strong your mind is when it comes to images. But first what's gonna occur is whatever it is that you've done during that day, or that you wholeheartedly stand for, that's what's gonna play back in your head like a record until you begin to relax even more, and then slow down your breathing, and your bodily particle rates is going to speed up your mind. And then when your mind moves too fast, sometimes you may fall asleep, because that's the best way it can what's the word, that's the best way it can facilitate that process and make that process easier. So meditation is not necessarily just for a peace of mind. It's for a self-understanding. And the crazy part is that when you understand yourself, you understand the world, and you understand others, because others are always going to present themselves the way you are. It's always going to be like that. It's not a narcissistic, egotistical trip or anything like that. It's just like, damn, bro, just however you operate from within, the world is going to present itself to you that way, right? And that's an objective truth because it happens to everybody. But it starts with self-awareness. You have to have self-awareness to understand that. If you don't have self-awareness, then you're not gonna understand what I mean. Because I've been on this path since I was 12 years old, and I didn't understand how particles work, so I would go straight to the gods. Started with the God of the Bible, went to the ancient Egyptian gods, Roman gods, Hindu gods, you know, the Mayan gods, Greek, Roman. I went to all of them, bro, and then none of them never taught me how particles work. None of them never taught me how particles work because they was all manipulating me, trying to trap me into a system. Now I'm gonna tell you, for example, the Egyptian systems that I was under was basically just ritualistic. I created an altar, which is altar is within every culture and all that stuff. But specifically, I was doing it for Ra, Horus, Sobek, Isis, Osiris, and stuff like that. So I would go to bed wishing to see them, like, hey, I need you, I need you. But me not understanding how these things work, if I was to pass during that time, I would have went to a system that facilitated, like, make the process easier. I would have went to a system that facilitated worship. Like, I would have to continuously step outside myself, gain a footing in that world. Just like we have to do here. We got to consistently step outside of ourselves in order to gain a footing in this world, meaning we have to continuously work hard to make money, continuously eat, continuously shower, continuously do things outside of ourselves in order to facilitate this world. When in reality, a lot of these things occur on the inside because you have to process it first before you do it. Even if it becomes natural to you, your brain, your subconscious, and your bioenergetic field knows how these things work. So they're processing as they're doing it, but to the naked eye, it just seemed like, oh, it's like automaton. So yeah, I used to come on here and just debate people and this and that, but now I'm like, bro, why am I debating when I know the answer? Like, I know the answer, bro. Not revolutionary. I'm not none of that. I'm not no, oh, I'm the smartest. No, I just know, bro. That's it, bro. Like, energy, bro. It's energy. It's all energy. It's all energy. It's all energy. It's not this God, that God, the third God, the fourth God. It's none of that, bro. It's energy. It's all energy. If I was to, summarize my understanding in words, I would say I'm an introvert. She code. Now, nothing in life is really hard. I mean, you're still going through the process of being a human and stuff, so of course you still got to play the game. So that way you can truly embody, heal, experience the human experience. So that way when it's all said and done, you ain't gonna be like, dang, I should have did this. Dang, I should have did this. Man, I wish I would have did that. And I wish and those thoughts right there is what's gonna bring you right back. And like I say, it's nothing really wrong. Nothing really, oh, Earth is terrible. Earth is terrible. It's just the current state that Earth is in. It's in a state of folding in on itself. It's like imagine folding the paper. Imagine folding the paper 100 times over. But the paper, it's not gonna, go through the energetic process of imploding. But like just notice, the more and more you fold the paper, the harder it is to fold it. So same thing with Earth. The more and more the energy folds in on itself, the harder it is to expand. So when it do expand, it's just gonna happen in the snap of a finger. When all the processes that occur here on Earth was originally meant to happen in a gradual manner. It's like walking in. It's like, for example, if I used to, when I was younger, I walk into church, man, I just get hit with a wave of energy, boom. I'm like, dang, I get chills up and down my spine and shit. I'm like, bro, just overwhelmed. Then eventually, what does my body do in order to facilitate that process of getting hit with the energy? I fall asleep. So my body can, you know, like I say, make the process easier, facilitate. I'm sorry if that word is getting annoying, but I mean that's what it is. There's a I don't want to say start, but yeah, there is who initiates, and then there is who facilitates. And that dynamic in this world plays out within masculine and feminine roles. And ultimately it's meant and ultimately we're meant to balance those roles instead of just a woman act feminine all the time and a man act feminine all the time. It's not originally how it was meant to be. That's not a team. That's one person staying in one section rather than expanding and balancing. So that way we can be there for each other whenever it's needed. But if you always in your feminine and you always receiving energy, you won't have the time or the processes occurring in your body in order to put out energy. So even just going for walks would be too much for you because you always in a state of receiving energy. You get what I'm saying? So it's always important to learn how to balance whoever is initiating and whoever is facilitating. And sometimes it may take you to have to step to that side for a period of time. You know what I'm saying? But it's important to not get caught in that role. You know what I'm saying? Because then you'll end up losing yourself in that role. And that's what a lot of people in this world is going through now. Men are always trying to act tough. Men are always trying to stay on top of their game. And a woman is always trying to be the one to be nurturing. And then relationships fall apart. Because nobody is balanced. Everybody is just operating in one sense. It's like being a one-trick pony. So remember, it's about particles, man. Particle transmutation, transmigration, particle expansion, contraction. I'm gonna re-upload this on my YouTube as well. So get to it now. Is my YouTube channel because I really want for people to understand how energy work and what it is that we can do with that once we understand how it works. Because then we become I'm not going to say the word gods because it's like a general term, like we're rulers. Like we're not a ruler, we're coexisting. We're coexisting. We're all here together, and people may play roles of being a ruler, or it's like walking into a room and you just know who to respect type deal. But they don't promote themselves as if they're above you or below you. Right? It's just a knowing, an understanding, a feeling, literally a feeling. But you don't got to go around saying I'm a leader. I'm the head, you're the tail. Nah. I'm the alpha and omega. No. Those are fallen angelic terms and systems that actually exist through different particle angular rotations of particle spins. That's all it is. So it's like, for example, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, all these dimensions, they exist right here, right now. They just spin at different rates. So once you begin to unlock certain parts of your DNA, you begin to this also goes into your chakras. Once you unlock your certain parts of your chakras, like that's why certain like children and stuff, they be having imaginary friends and stuff. They actually be seeing stuff, but parents can't see it because they've been filtered through the system. But babies, their third eye be open. I remember one time when I was 9 years old, I seen spirits. 3 spirits standing around a deep freezer. I was in the garage at 3 a.m. because I got left in the garage because I went to go. My mom went to go pick up my dad from work at 12 o'clock, and I fell asleep in the back. Woke up in the garage and seen 3 spirits. My third eye was open, and it still is, but it's like right now it's kind of distorted a little bit. So that's where you get you may see it's like, for example, bro. This is how I be when it comes to seeing things. I be like, bro, like say something that dart off on the side of my eye. I be like, bro, Come on, bro. I know I just seen that, bro. But I don't hype myself and be like, bro, I seen it. Bro, I know I seen it. I mean, that make you go crazy. Like, yo, like, then you start going around telling people, hey, bro, I seen it. Bro, I seen it. Then nobody believing you. Nah, you got to internalize it and then begin to study it. Begin to study the occurrences that are occurring around you before you go out and tell people. That's where you get people going in mental asylums and stuff like that because they be having a lot of shit going on in their head or within their bioenergetic field. Getting attacked by deities and certain, spirits and all this kind of stuff. Like, it's real, man. Like, man, I've been, like, the reason I don't go live, often is because I be going through processes. And I be wanting to make sure I can word it for y'all because sometimes I can go off on my own world while I'm talking. And I understand what I'm saying, but y'all don't understand. But I want y'all to understand, bro, because this is even the teacher that I study and the study that I study, her name is Ashiana Dean, and she was commissioned by the Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order to come down and teach us about particles and how particles work, morphogenetic waves and stellar activation cycles and certain time cycles that the Earth go through in order to anchor certain energies here. Sorry about the noise in the back. But yeah, she came here to teach us these things. And she went through a process of being taken over by these fallen angels as well. Because I remember somebody said, how the hell she got taken over and she telling us that this stuff worked. You got to understand, like, and this is something that I understood through listening and feeling, not just, mentally, logically, just being in tune and being like, oh, damn, man, she lied, bro. Or hell no, bro, she lied. But nah, it's because the human body has a limit to what frequency it can hold. And these studies are what help make the process easier until a critical point. So your body reaches a critical point before the particles begin to expand and transmute into a different system. So while you're here, having the correct having the correct practices in order to, make the process easier of holding the energies that's occurring here, that's what's really going to help propel your progress. Like, bro, I'm telling you, I know. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I know. I'm telling you. Like, this ain't no, bro, I've been down a path, bro. I've been down it. Anything you tell me, I've been down. I've been an atheist. You know what I'm saying? I've been a wholehearted believer in Jesus Christ, the Son of God. I've been a wholehearted believer in setting up altars and worshiping, doing chants. You know what I'm saying? But all of these things have a place in order to teach you and get you into a state to where now you realize, like, man, everybody is going through what they're going through. So why am I the one to knock your hustle like I used to do in the past, thinking I'm right all the time? That's why I'm not necessarily here to debate no more, bro, because it's like debating only gets the energy riled up. Like, wow, like we're just butting heads and wow, it's cool. Like, no, bro. I'm done debating. I'm here to listen to y'all and relate to y'all because I can relate to y'all. Like, I understand because I feel y'all. Like, I feel and understand y'all, but I also want y'all to feel and understand me. So it ain't like I'm not putting myself like I'm a martyr or I'm the oddball out. It's none of that. No. Because I come across people that I came across plenty of people that we just have a free flowing conversation. She have her beliefs, I have my beliefs, and we just talk about it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying no, that's wrong. Hold on. Nah, bro, nah, I ain't doing that no more. Cause that doesn't really help with anything. Gotta take that for my dogs. But yeah, y'all type something in the chat that y'all want me to specifically talk about, because I'm gonna just keep going on about particle transmutation and fallen angels and how they manipulated the system and brought certain teachings or twisted the original teaching and fragmented it. And now we got a million different studies out there that's teaching us like, oh, the seven chakras are going to you know, this is what helps with ascension. But when the reality, the 7 chakras are limited. We've been cut off from our other 8 morphogenetic chakras. That's why you see whenever you look up chakras, they will have a diagram or a picture of like the torus, like the torus field. Energy shoots up and out and goes right back down under. Shoots up and out, go right back down under. Shoots up. That's called a system folding in on itself. That's all it is. A system that's folding in on itself. And that puts the body in the bioenergetic field in the what you call it, in a distorted manner. It becomes twisted. So that's what I'm here to I'm here to free us. I'm here to free us from that, because it doesn't help. It only limits. Like, it can help in the sense to where, like, you realize at a certain point, like, damn, I know there's more, because there is more. I know there's more because there is more. And I know everyone that's studying certain teachings, they have that, like, in their subconscious, but some people just don't know how to access their subconscious and listen to their subconscious. Sometimes people just act on it. You know, it's like walking. Instead of becoming aware of walking, you're just walking. And this is important to understand these things, man. Very important. So yeah, man, it's I mean, hey, hey, man, are we not here? We here, and there are other worlds to explore. Infinite, infinite worlds. It's a structure that these worlds live on, and this is the 12 tree grid. But there are, like, worlds within worlds within worlds within worlds. It's like a vinyl. You know how the vinyl, the the disc that you put on the what you call that thing? I forgot what it was called, but it's like the vinyl, the vinyl disc. For example, it's a perfect example, right? You place it on the recorder. You grab that needle. That needle. Let me see. That needle can be seen as us, which is the consciousness that focuses on a certain point. So, in the vinyl, well, everything is the fabric of creation. Everything is. But now we get into the details of the fabric of creation. So the vinyl can be seen as the blueprint that we exist on, right? Which is all consciousness. It's all consciousness, but we got to get into the structure of it so we can understand it from a third dimensional standpoint, right? So this existence, this world, this universe, the cosmos, the galactic world, planetary, all of this, it's like a vinyl. You place it on a recorder, you grab the needle, you place it on a specific line, right? A song gonna play. But I'm not gonna say but. A song gonna play. Also, the songs on the vinyl are all playing at the same time. So what happens when you move the needle to another song? That song is gonna start in the middle. So think about, right now I'm outside in the field, right? So I'm the needle. I'm outside in the field. So I'm listening to this song, which is the field and the crickets playing, right? Once I shift my particles, I'm going to enter into another world. So it's like stepping through a portal, or you going through your inner, like you going to an inner portal, which is like you going into a dream. So your particles begin to spin at a different rate. Now you're going to exist in that world, but within a specific point of that world in relation to this one. So if I'm standing right here on a concrete in a field, I may stand over in a crystal castle in the fifth dimension, but I'm still in the same spot in the third dimension though, right? So that's literally how it works. I'm still working on finding different ways of explaining it, but that's one of the best ways. Everything is happening at the same time. It's just we focus our consciousness on a specific point. And science is trying to understand that. Science is trying to break that down. And they can only understand it from a third dimensional point. So that's why they talk about photons, protons, neutrons, electrons. Those are all third dimensional particles. There are more particles out there, but they can't access them. Why? Because of the particles, because of the objects that they're using in order to identify what they're trying to look for. So the objects that they're using in order to try and to identify other worlds and other dimensions, those objects particles are spinning at the exact same rate as the ones that we're operating in now. So you're only going to see particles that spin at the exact same rate. So the subatomic particles that we see from a microscope, or from the methods that we use in this world, is not gonna translate. So that's why it's okay to use those, because those will help, but to an extent. But that will only open doors for you to, explore other worlds. Other ways of looking for it. And the body that we're existing in is being operated by the consciousness that we're operating. So it's not something out there that's like they got us on a puppet string and you got to come back to me and worship me every time. I like to use the example of getting on your hands and knees, but it ain't even got to be that. You could just, God, you're all powerful. God, you're everything. Right? And then we go into another study. Just empty yourself. Become empty. That's it. Become empty and just be. Just observe yourself. Be the observer. Okay, cool. But where does that observer exist? When I am just being and observing, what is controlling me? Am I controlling myself and observing myself? Or am I just observing and just being and watching myself be? Well, that's a great question, And I heard that from Muji and Sadhguru, which is one of the most prominent. I don't want to disrespect that religion because I'm not here. I'm just pointing out the study. The details of that teaching. I know, bro. I'm working on explaining it. Maybe I should pause a little bit. Would that work? You think that would work? Pause a little bit instead of just. Do you feel like I'm rambling on, like just talking on and on and on? Because I personally don't feel like I am. But how do you feel? Like, do you feel like I'm teaching in a optimal manner? Oh, okay. You join up. All right. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, man?
So,
Okay, so let me tell you what I felt like you doing, right?
hold on, real quick.
I feel like
I'm gonna go on mute. So you just go on, brother. I'm listening.
you can hear me.
Yes, sir.
It's a simple explanation of what I feel like you're doing. I felt like you're teaching 12th grade biology to first graders.
But do you think I need to simplify it more?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You need to first get a subject you can break down simply. As far as just breaking it down to where people don't. This is extreme. This
Mhm.
right here, like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But even me, I don't even know completely what you're talking about. But I know enough to be able to put it together what you're talking about.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And the vibrations and all the like I know enough to be able to put it together, right?
Hmm.
And you, I know that if you kind of talking over my head a little bit, I know where my head is at. The normal person is probably like, "What the hell is he talking about?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like, yeah, I think you should start at a lower consciousness level and forget your following,
Okay.
and then, you know what I mean, lead them up. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
But start with something way lower than this. This is high, brother.
Yeah, but I
Feeding
start.
you.
I mean, particles. I mean, they right here, are they not? Like, can't nobody else understand that.
Bro, your prompt says this is the origin of creation process. What
Hmm.
are your thoughts? like,
Yeah,
like
and those
you
are
got a dot in the middle of a circle with some arrows pointing to it.
yeah, and I'm explaining that. I said these are the particles. I started that was the jump. That was the start, and then I'm here now. Like these are particles. And these are uh the center particle, partiki antimatter, is the resonant particle. It's the particle that flashes on and off and project uh
Right. So I'm guessing
electromagnetic
you're
energy.
basically talking about protons and neutrons and electrons, right?
But you can say that, but that's only from a third dimensional standpoint. Because that's what I mentioned earlier. I said protons, neutrons, electrons, those are all third dimensional particles. There are particles within other systems that spin at different rates. But the particles that the, the objects that we use in order to identify protons, electrons, neutrons, those particles are spinning at the exact same rate. So that's what it's only going to see. It's going to be limited to what it sees.
Right. So you're talking about particles that's not from this planet.
It is from this planet. It's a counterpart, but not like from a third dimensional standpoint. Specifically, not from this planet, but it's a counterpart. It's a density two counterpart of Earth. So Earth, Tara, Gaia, Aramentana. But it's worlds within worlds within worlds. It's that simple
So you
world.
basically talking
Earth,
about
Earth, Venus,
basically,
Mars.
basically you talking about something that's telepathic.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, because your mind can be adjusted to certain particle spin rates, but you need the proper practices. So if you got practices like the Kabbalah, the Caduceus, um, practices like worship, um, practices like seven chakras, meditation, but only for one purpose, just being, um, there is nothing at all, and then you live your life through that, operating through that. It it puts you on a one track, and it limits your vision of like, wait a second, hold on. Like I say, it's like a vinyl. You only on one track, but you realize if you fail to realize you can move the needle, your consciousness, to different tracks. There's so
Right.
much that goes on in one track, man. So much. It's like a person stuck on one subject all the time. Like it's like a person being stuck in their ways. You only on one track, bro. And then once you expand your way out of that one track, then you realize there's so much in the 3D world. But then once you expand yourself outside that track and start to observe your dreams, then you realize there's so much in the fourth dimensional world. So where's the world beyond the fourth D?
Who you found that you could talk to about this that actually understands you?
Yes. I mean, it's people that I come across. It's not people personally. So it that's in that sense, it helps me, what I'm saying, keep an open mind, and be generous to others and stuff like that, and like for example, I was at like little stuff like this, like when I expand my mind and operate through Earth, bruh, I listen, feel in every like right now in every situation, just feeling like and like, dang, the crickets, man, dang, bro, they got their own way of operating in life. I can hear them, like, or
Right.
the sirens. there's an energetic current.
What you speaking of is cosmic consciousness.
Yeah, like Christ consciousness, yeah, all of that,
Yeah,
man. Like,
cosmic
yeah,
consciousness is just the awakening that you realize that you all one with everything around you.
there is literally a connection. Yeah,
So my question, so I asked you that question because, with all that being said, right, I know you got all this information, you want to do something with it,
yeah.
and your high level of spirit, your high level of spirit that you on, your high vibration. Not many humans will vibrate on that frequency.
No, but look, I would have to expand, man. Because there, and listen, I tell myself this all the time, and it's not a longing because I know there are people out there that they're not the same as me, but they see though, and they are conscious of the feeling between us rather than just operating through the feeling and not necessarily talking about how they feel, what they're thinking, what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? The intricate details, processes of life. I know there are people out there like that, and they don't got to know what I know, like specifically.
I
They
know
just,
exactly what you're talking about because I'm one of them people. I know what you're talking about. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
Like, but I want to know, like, do you actually, do you get bored, like, when you have to go down to like a really low level to talk to people and then bring them up?
Mm, to a degree, but it doesn't necessarily, you know, interrupt my connection with them because I just understand, bro. It's like, hey, man, we, right, and that's when that's when I get emotional. Like, I'm like, damn, bro, like I love you, bro, and I want you to know more, but I ain't gonna force you though. But it's hard because it's like watching a person hurt themselves. Like, it's like, dang, bro, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like,
do you
yeah.
understand what I'm saying when I say I think you're going too high?
Nah, I
You're
don't think
going
so.
too high.
I don't think so. Nah. I
You
think
don't think
look, no, because why? You want me to tell you why? Because I'm living a life. I'm living a life here on Earth. Like I
No,
look.
no, no. I understand. I'm not talking about you personally. I'm talking about when you're talking and dealing with other people because what you're doing right now is you're trying to interact and you're trying to explain something that people aren't capable of understanding.
Man, when you okay, yeah. But are you saying trying in a bad manner or a good manner?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, are you just saying I'm trying? Yeah, because I'm trying. Yeah. But is there anything like
Your intentions are pure. I'm trying to help you
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
be able to do what you're trying to do. Like, you
Okay,
have
okay,
to start.
I got you. I'm
You're
just
trying. You have to start from zero.
hmm
Like, you can't show people the building blocks of life and start from the highest building block. I'm saying, you need to start lower and help people understand, the processes. You know what I'm saying? Like, like when I say you're going too high, like I'm saying, like your level of communication is too high for most people to be able to even fathom what you're saying.
yeah. I can agree with that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could get so many more people, and people would be interested in what you're saying, but you have to meet them where they're at, and then
Yeah.
raise them up.
Agreed. Wow.
Like, this ain't the first time I done came on your lives. Like,
Yeah.
you be talking some good shit, like, you know what I mean. But it be,
Yeah,
I be
that's necessarily why I don't
it
go
be
live all the time because I know like you know what I'm saying, I gotta learn, you know what I'm saying, how to, speak to people, you know what I'm saying, and respect where they coming from, you know what I'm saying. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, here to attack anybody or but I you know what I'm saying. I
I had to
just
learn the same. I used to do the same thing that you're doing right now, and
Mhm.
I would try to get them to understand these complicated things. Like, and they're not complicated to us. It's basic common sense to us.
Yeah.
But what they're not, like, people aren't you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you've been blessed. You got to understand that you've been chosen. So, like, what you've been chosen, the information you done took in came fast. These is people who, they can be chosen too, but they're going to be chosen through you. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I
so
mean,
when
it
the
ain't,
universe,
I don't feel like I'm chosen. This is
oh,
me.
you
Nah,
most definitely chosen.
I ain't
That
chosen.
information,
No, nobody chose me, you know what I'm saying. I'm
they
just
did.
I'm just here. Like
I'm part of everything. Like literally, my basis of
You
it all.
have people.
Look,
You
look.
have people that are
The basis
chosen
of
to
it all is
teach.
egalitarianism. It's
But see,
coexistence.
listen, with the law of evolution, like, see, and I think this is what you might miss. With the law of evolution, there's always going to be beings that are chosen to evolve what's around them. Higher levels teach lower levels. That's how evolution works. A parent teaches a child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How to
Hmm.
like that's your responsibility. So when I say you're chosen to teach lower levels of evolution.
So
You know what I mean?
I can dig that, but I just say it's not chosen within a hierarchical system of I'm above, you're below. It's chosen through, hey, do you want to? Are you okay? Because you have the level of DNA in order to
You looking at it wrong. You looking at it
interact
as
down here.
you looking at it as a hierarchy, and I'm not.
No, yeah, yeah. That's what I was just saying. Like I was like, it's not necessarily a hierarchy for me, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I can say I'm chosen. Yeah, for sure. Agreed. It's like a family. Like
Exactly.
yeah, we here.
We
And
all won. We all won, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it does not mean that you're chosen for a job, not to be superior. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, yeah,
it's a difference.
yeah.
It's a difference, bro. It's not. You know what I mean? I get when I say that I'm making you special out the group, and you know your humility won't allow that, and that's one of the reasons why you chose it because you're not gonna get too big for your britches.
Mm. Mm.
You know what I mean?
Real.
Like it's just a job,
You know,
bro.
one
It's
thing
just a
I was
job.
thinking, I was like, I said that. Another reason I said that was like, I feel like I'm talking to some people out there. Like, some people think it's like a system of like, hey, hey, he at the top and that's it, bro. You follow him, not a family. You follow him. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, you know what I'm saying? And that's where, you know, my heart getting there. You know, I'm like, hey man, like, you know, I'm here for you, bro.
Yeah, but you know you're living in a different realm, though. Like
Yeah,
you're not living in the normal realm of existence.
that's real. That's real. That's real. And
Existence is in a different place, in a different plane than you are. You got to understand. Most people just
you know. See, and that's one thing you go into yin and yang. Like if you see in black and white, you're most likely operating in a system that's just cyclical. No expanding, no contracting. You just up and out. I mean, you just keep spinning like a merry-go-round, and the merry-go-round never stops.
absolutely because you don't know how to evolve yourself above. And when I say this, I mean this in the right way. You know, you have to elevate above nature, your human nature, because that's the difference between you and most like you when you elevate above human nature. That means that you're not subjected to the fall like most
Mm-hmm.
humanity is.
Dang. Say that one more time.
You said what?
Say that one more time.
When you operating above human nature, you're not subjected to the fall.
Dang.
Everything is rise and fall.
What? Wow. That's crazy, bro. You never looked at it. Because one thing I learned, like from studying and going within and having dreams and learning how energy works, I learned that there's just the natural flow of how things work, and it's not necessarily something that like I mean from a physical standpoint, you're gonna have to give up a lot of things, but it's not necessarily gonna be like, damn, I should have gave it. I shouldn't have stopped doing rugs. I should have stopped. Like you're gonna be like, dang, I realize now, and it's gonna happen in due time. But I say it's like specifically gonna happen like for that specific person. And the ultimate outcome to a lot of things when a person doesn't necessarily decide to expand out, their energy goes into space dust return. That's where you get ashes to ashes, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. That's where that comes from. There's systems out there that's trying to our energy would contract to a critical point to where eventually it'll explode and turn into space like a star. And then These stars are giving off certain particles and certain energetic in this worlds within those stars, existing outside of those stars, and we can be seen as a star, like a walking star.
We are stars. You're
Yep.
right. What
Hmm.
made a star does?
Life
Literally.
is life.
That's what basically your soul is stardust. We come from the stars.
Hmm. But
Those
eventually,
part
we have to go back to the stars instead of just going back. Like in a way, we go back to the stars and form. Like we experiencing Christ and we're experiencing Source in form. It's like a hydro liquid, hydro liquid light, liquid light uh, particle. Like you're existing in the like you know how Bruce Lee says move like water and stuff like that. Like it's like that. But you're not just being, you're actually interacting with the world though. That water still has to hold that specific form because you have a certain understanding and track of life. So the body that we're holding now, we had this specific certain understanding and track of life as to why we live in this body. So I just see a fog, bro.
so like when I had to get to the biggest point I had in my life is when I realized that my thoughts weren't my own, right? That I was actually being fed information. And when I started to feel the vibrations around me literally teaching me, you feel me? Like that's when I realized that I was dealing with something telepathic.
Are you
Uh,
so you mean every thought or just certain thoughts aren't yours?
I mean, really none of them to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because when we
really,
remember, we're still our own
basically,
consciousness.
you said what?
I said we're still our own consciousness. That's why we're able to perceive.
We're a part of a collective consciousness.
Mhm.
Like, part and partial. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes
Okay,
sense.
okay, I can see that.
Like, it's not, it's really, it is ours, but it's really not. Like, because
Right, right.
it's melted in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying when you thirsty, you got divine intervention. Somebody told you you need to get a drink of water. You just your mouth was
Mhm.
dry. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it don't gotta be like that. You feel what I'm saying? When you asking questions, since you're a part and partial, the overall consciousness can teach your collective consciousness things.
Mhm.
Like if you say like I know you've had a thought and then you found the answer immediately. You know what I mean?
Yep, yep.
That collective consciousness, they're listening to you. You know what I mean? Your thoughts are not your own. Also, your thoughts travel. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So
So whose thought was it to ask the question?
that's a good question.
That's your thought. That's you.
I mean,
You
we're
remember
part and parcel.
you your own consciousness. You. That's why
Well,
you're even able to.
nine times
That's
out of
why.
10,
Mhm.
your perception asked the question. So, like,
Say it
you
one more
seen
time.
something, your perception asked the question. So, something you've seen normally is the reason why you asked the question.
But who
But,
seen it?
oh
You.
man, you
It's
said
you.
who's seen?
It's you.
Who's seen? I don't. But see, that's the thing. Like,
You're
with
here.
us being one, is it really me seeing it, or is it like you know what I'm saying? Like,
You don't think so, bro? I think yeah. Because if you think
I
like that,
mean, it is, but I
that's
mean,
like a
it
hive
is.
mind.
No, it is. No, it is. It is a high mind.
See, it shouldn't be.
It's just collective
It's like
consciousness,
a.
bro.
It's
Like
like you. Are you okay with being a worker bee your whole life?
I'm not a worker bee. I'm not a worker
Exactly.
bee.
That's a hive
Well,
mind concept.
but then again, I am no because like you will be a worker bee for something. You feel me? Like if that's the case, why are you giving information out right now?
That's only within third dimension. So, but even then, in the third dimension, it's not a hive mind. Shouldn't be a hive mind. A hive mind is like a worker bee and a queen bee, or people to God.
Well,
People
no,
to
because I
God.
think
No matter what you
I,
do in life, you go back
no,
and
because
voice.
most people are working from a high mind of go to work, come home, go to sleep, pay the bills, and
That's the same
this is
exact
a
thing that you're
different.
saying, though.
This is a different. No, This is a different level of consciousness. This is for those who tap into it,
But
and even
remember, for one thing, there's a ripple effect to it. So if that can happen in one system, that can happen in the next because that system is giving off energy.
But see,
Like,
you're
mhm.
tapping into the consciousness that are teaching.
Yeah, right
you're
now
in a
I am
level.
because I'm open to that current.
So you telling me you don't teach on a regular basis?
Yeah, but not all the time. Remember what you said? It's like kinda,
Right, and then
it's
you would go there,
but to a
and then
certain extent. It's like
then you would tap into a different consciousness at that level. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, at that
But
certain
see,
time.
everybody has access to the same consciousnesses. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so, like that's what I'm saying. It's part and partial. Like you know what I mean? I'm trying to make it make sense, but it's like,
Okay, look.
yes,
From my
yeah,
standpoint, it makes sense, bro. Like you said it was a hive mind, and I gave you a concept of a hive mind, and that's the hive mind. Like
well, I mean,
no matter what you do, you always go back and
well, I
war.
mean, as long as you have a brain, unless you shut it off and you turn into nothingness,
That's
then
what that system does to you.
what?
It shuts your brain off at a certain point. You just become
No,
autonomous.
no, 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 no. I'm not, we're
You,
not. Yeah, that
you just become
system.
autonomous.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about cosmic consciousness. Even that is a system. That's the 1111. That's the we are one. So even everybody operating in that high frequency of love still are like minded. That's what you see. That's where you missing me at. Like you
Right,
like
right. That's true.
it's more than one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these people that's just operating out of the highest consciousness, which is divine love and intervention, like universal law and all the good things, all the
Are they
things that we.
people then?
Not all of them, no. Some are angels, some are gods. Like I mean, it's different.
Yeah, yeah, I
Like,
get what you're saying, but you
but they're all,
are you
but
consolidating
they're
the
all
knowledge of
one.
the word people?
Absolutely, they're all high level dimensional creatures, and you're tapping in as a human being, which is very much because you're still you know
Here, I'm still here.
you're still here. You're still
I still
a
have my
part of
own
existence.
consciousness operating through that awareness, conscious awareness. Who has to be the one to
Exactly.
serve it? To even give it a name? You, we.
Basically, what you're doing is sending out invites. You're sending out invites from one
Yeah,
consciousness level to
you can
another.
say that, but consciously, I'm not purposely doing that. That's not, you know what I'm saying? But that can be seen
It
like
don't
that.
matter. It doesn't matter if you're purposely doing it or not. I mean, that's
Right,
what you're
right.
doing. Because
But I'm saying
if they
because
accept
it
the
can be
things you're
seen like
saying in
that
their
to people.
consciousness level, if they accept what you're saying, their consciousness level will then elevate them to cosmic consciousness.
But they're not just floating to it like Tom to a pie in a window. You know, Tom and Jerry when he was floating to the pie in the window. Like it's not like that. You're literally on your way there. You're walking. You're gradually experiencing life on the way to this cosmic consciousness understanding of life.
Yeah,
Because
some slower than others. Yeah,
regardless how
absolutely.
deep I go within this body, eventually my body would burn out and I would have to expand outside of this body. So while I'm here right now, hey, we gonna turn up, and I'm gonna experience it expansively because it's here. But I'm not just a B to the queen. You know what I'm saying? It's here. We're here. Like you said, part but impartial. Like we're part of it all, but we still have us. We still have our own consciousness. So whoever asks
You
the
still
question,
got your own personality as well, and you still got your own things that you like to do as well. Like that's why I say part and partial because like your free will is still there.
yeah,
You
you
know what I mean?
asked the question.
You still got a conscious choice to do what you want to do.
Uh huh.
It's not being taken away from you.
But listen, it's important to let people know there are systems out there that are trying to do that. They're telling people what we're saying, but on the other side, that's not what's going on because the words on the outside of the practice is what matter. If the God of the Bible is flooding the earth and he says it's for a good reason, you have to allow the life that is occurring on earth to occur. Because guess what? You were the one that put it here. So for you to flood the earth because of what you did, it's like, bruh. And then you say, oh, but we had free will. God put us here and we messed up. It's like saying, who asked the question? God was the one that put us here. And now that everything that goes on after that, you determine the outcome. So if you ask a question, you determine whether it's the answer or not. There's an energy current that's leading to, oh yeah, this the answer right here. But then you also thinking like, it's also other options. Just like on the vinyl, you place the song one. Who you said what song I want to play? Boom. There are other songs on there too, but from a vinyl standpoint, those songs will play within the same track that one song played. So it's gonna start in the middle, the first, beginning, wherever it was when that first song played. So when you ask that question, wherever your vibration oscillation rate is, that's going to determine if you're going to get the answer right or not, depending on did you prepare, did you study, you know what I'm saying? Do you understand how these certain things work? If you asking 1+1, you know what I'm saying? Are you using your fingers? You know what I'm saying? But eventually you won't even have to because boom, oh, two. But then also you realize, wait a second, life is more expensive. So there has to be more answers to that. But then you just hit a wall like, oh, one. Like, okay, what's next? Now you're just in the world where everything's the same. Not you know what I'm saying? It has to be inexpensive. Everybody has to coexist and be here together. And we determine moralistically whether we want to live that in a way like boom or boom. If you want to keep hurting people, whether it's verbally, energetically, spiritually, physically, anyway, you know what I'm saying? Then
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's all about, it's what we determine. We determine the answers. You put the Bible out, we determine whether the Bible is true. And now 2 billion people say it's true. It's us, bro. But who provided the Bible? Who provided billions of copies, trillions, bazillions copies of the Bible? Now that's where you know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna shape the system, whether we accept it or not. Once we accept it, we're gonna grow within that acceptance. Now we got churches built right here. We got square houses. We got altars with Bibles on them. We got, you know what I'm saying? So, but if we didn't accept it, we would have expanded in a different way. But damn, did we feel like we didn't have no other options? You know what
Somebody
occurred?
said
Now this
you
is
got
the history of it.
you got a comment on there. It said, "Did you think that we created you in vain, and that to us you will not be returned?"
Wait, say that one more time. I'm listening. I'm
Did
listening.
you think? Did you think that we created you in vain, and that to us you will not be returned?
Is that a question or was? Who's that? Hmm? Is that a question or a verse?
No, I mean that's first and foremost. He's saying we, and he said us.
What?
So
You said I said we and us.
it doesn't. Yeah, he said, "Did you think we created you
Wait, who is
in
he?
vain?"
Oh, God
Whoever
of the God of the Bible.
no, the one that's in your comments right now. Say this.
I'm looking at the world. I'm walking. Did you think? Oh yeah. Did you think that we created you in vain? That I don't know how to answer that. Uh, do you think that we? Who is we? Are you saying because I said we? Well.
No, that's what he said.
I mean, I don't know. That's a weird question. But who asked the question? I don't ask who asked the question. I don't care about the question. If I can't understand the question, what's your name, brother? Where you from? Question the questioner. Well, yeah, man. Hey, look, you here, bro. Regardless of how you feel, we up in there. I love, bro. Each and every one of y'all understand. Regardless of how we feel, we gonna always be right next to each other. Not the same. I ain't talking about your mama, your daddy, your brother. They living. But then you gonna go out and you gonna experience other people. Whether it's at your workplace, you go shopping, you go for a walk. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. We gonna be by each other. We us. We love you. Cause it's all connected through energy, bro. Whenever you go somewhere, energy, every intricate boom beam, you know what I'm saying? As far as you can see it. That don't mean you start making stuff up in your head and be like, now this is no, you lied. Knowing the person didn't lie. Type stuff like that. Like, nah, bro. Feel and understand what's going on around y'all, bro. It's here, bro. You ain't gotta be sneaky. You ain't gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Unless the situation, like, unless you know, you trying to, unless you feel like, I want to go see this person. Go shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people just do stuff and everything's an experience, bro. You start to realize, like, hey, okay, I ain't doing that no more, bro. Now I know, like, I don't like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't You know what I'm saying? Eating that food again. My stomach hurt now. You know what I'm saying? Like you start to realize like it's always gonna be answers, and what the energy gonna be leaning in a way like and the energy gonna be like but you're the determiner. So there are three choices. You could say, oh, I ain't gonna ask that question no more, or you could do the dang thing and then ask the question. It depends on what you. So it's the question and what happens, and an expansion from that question. A lot of things. Question could be seen as sleep, homework. It could be seen as walking, because then your body starts feeling other stuff like, oh dang, like you feel your toes grabbing the floor when you walk. You're saying you feel your shoulders moving. You know what I'm saying? And then you interact with the world, and you realize those same movements can help you. You know what I'm saying? Do this and do that. And then the work people at work will teach you, oh, do it this way. But then eventually you go off and you do what they said. You did it their way. But then eventually you put your own little twist on it because your body, your energy has a different way of operating with the world. So what's happening is a lot of these teachings and studies are trying to get us to be uniform. They want us to perform things the exact same way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what technology is meant to do. Regardless of how you type on the phone, you're typing on that phone, and there is no unique way that you can do that. Because if you try to do it your like for example, if you try to do it the unique way, your body gonna mess up. Like your thumb gonna start hurting because everybody trying to fit their fingers within this 16-inch screen. Everybody, we're doing it in our own way though. Some people type with one hand, some people type with the phone sideways, but eventually your thumb's gonna start cramping and stuff. And you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Because the energy is going to expand somewhere else outside that phone. And if it can't go outside the phone, it's gonna be in your joints and your fingers and stuff like that.
I ain't gonna lie, man. We didn't talk about a lot. Like I gotta take a break. Like,
Yeah. I'm about to dip
ain't
though.
gonna-
My phone on 3%. I'm gonna re-upload this on YouTube. I'll put your name in the description. And
all right, man.
all right, bro, be safe.
Yo, you too, man.
I appreciate y'all, man, for stopping by. You know, just know that whenever I don't record, it's for a good reason. Get my mental straight. You know, man, you know what I'm saying? Operating through life in an optimal way. You know what I'm saying? And allow myself to go through the experiences to learn how to operate in that optimal way. Because we go at life not necessarily just thinking we know everything, but we do it in a natural sense. We may we may get, you know, training on how to do something, but then eventually we try to go in there with the same. And we're like, dang, I don't remember, because sometimes you forget. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going on right now. Like to a certain point, your consciousness begins to drift away from your body, like in sleep. So when you enter into a dream world, that's why some people wake up and they don't even remember what happened in the dream. So that can be seen as a forgetful state, because those operations within a dream or you know, experiences within a dream also shape the reality that you're living in now, right? So when you understand that, you'll begin to realize when you go on things like doom scrolling or staying on one point too long, you know, or like for example, if I'm on this point too long, that's when you can see it as, oh man, you moving too, you know what I'm saying? You got to slow down. You got to go to work. You got to focus on work. You got to focus on providing for the family. You got to focus on eating right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just, oh, I'm gonna meditate all day. I'm just gonna meditate and sit in my room. I'm just gonna practice my chakras and just sit in my room. Like, nah, I'm gonna just be in my head all day about my chakras and not necessarily operate at work and interact with people and feel what other people feeling. They're not feeling about chakras. They feeling about, I want to get my dog checked in. They feeling about, I'm trying to get these groceries to the house. So feel that, and that's what will help keep you away from oscillating too high. You know what I'm saying? Because you know they'll say it's about vibrating too high. You got to vibrate high. You got to vibrate high. Vibrate is a system of contraction. Like, you're contracting when you vibrate. Like, it's like right on the inside of me, I'm vibrating in order to speak. So there are processes that are occurring inside of me, vibrating in order for it to expand and oscillate. So instead of vibrating high, because when you vibrate high, that's when you form this matter dense body, and eventually you will just explode and you will go right to stardust, because your energy has to expand out into the world rather than contract into the world. That's when you'll become a black hole. It's like you get the the symbol. I said this earlier. Like, and there's a lot of things that I will repeat over because it's like it's the truth. Like, you got a Taurus symbol, like 7 chakras: root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Okay, cool. 7 chakras, we got it. And that's energy vortexes within the body. That's why when bro, if you just start observing yourself, just listen to yourself. If you're having money problems, you'll have lower back pains. You have leg and ankle and feet pains. If you're having eating problems, you'll have stomach pains, reproductive pains, or reproductive tendencies. Like, you know what I'm saying, you'll be in a room doing your thing. If you having a hard time with ego, you'll have like a hard time breathing. You'll have a breath control, and you'll just be operating like you'll be breathing from the sense of being a victim or not feeling like you can be yourself, right? So your breath pattern is moving different. Like right now, like I'm speaking from my diaphragm rather than my chest and my throat. Cause I remember like I ain't drinking no water like since I've been out here. My mouth dry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Feel it, dry mouth a little bit. But I'm not speaking from my throat area. So that's why I'm not like raspy, like, you know what I'm saying? Usually y'all be like coughing, like, you know what I'm saying? But nah, because I'm speaking from the diaphragm. And that's from the heart chakra. So let's say I'm speaking from a place of love. But, some people may have their own understanding. Oh, they're speaking from the diaphragm because they got a saying. Or they got a, you know what I'm saying? But for me personally, it's because I'm operating through my fourth dimensional chakra, my heart chakra. And then that expands up into my throat chakra. So now I know how to operate my the blue energy vortex in my neck. And I don't have neck pains or anything like that. I recently just got over I got a little small collarbone pain because I'm still learning how to operate and speak to people about these type of things. You know what I'm saying? Because like when dude was saying about are your thoughts yours? Whew, man, see, this is what I mean by opening your mind to different energetic currents. Let me tell you something. This is what I literally just now I'm transmitting this information, and it's me. It's my higher self. This is not channeling. Like, I'm not like, oh, I Pac Slow, Zeta Great. You asked the question. Now how, I can't even do it. I remember I used to channel, but like Bashar, stuff like that. Up, be quiet. I understand what you're saying. Now let me speak. Now the earthly humans are going through this. This is what's happening on Earth right now. Like, no, I'm not doing that. This is me transmitting my higher self, a higher dimensional aspect of myself, which particles rotate at a certain rate, which will help me, operate in a higher state of existence. So when I listen to it, it's like, hold on, asking like the idea of like what thoughts are yours. Like I used to, like the reason I had to go, step back from TikTok and teaching and stuff like that is because I would listen too much, and it would make me stutter in my words. It'll make it harder for me to explain things because I'll be trying to pull in information while talking. Like right now, I'm not necessarily thinking before I speak, but I just know what I'm about to say. But I'm not listening too hard to where I'm like, dang, I should have said this, dang. Or after this conversation, I'm gonna leave and say, dang, I should have said this. Like, dang, nah, because I'm actually speaking from, you know, the natural flow and current of energy. So that's why I'm like, dang. So yeah, all your thoughts are yours, okay, regardless of how you feel. So when you ask a question, that's you asking that question. The answer will come from whether it's your study or if your study says you're practicing spiritual work and they teach you that there are other spirits in the world, then you'll realize that you're communicating with that specific spirit that they're telling you about, or you know what I'm saying, a spirit within that frame of mind. So if you're asking God for guidance, the God of the Bible, you're not talking to just some you're not just talking to just some random being. This is a being with a plan. Like, if you read the Bible, bro, like he created us, and now it's a lot of things that occurred after that creation. So what does that tell you? Like, what exactly are these beings? What exactly are these beings cooking up? Because if we never accepted this teaching into our life, will we even be in this position now? That's a great question. Asking them questions that get closer and closer to source. They're going to get closer and closer to source. Because if we never accepted this study or these teachings that we have right now, our current catalog of teachings, it's a lot of teachings out there. A lot of them. I don't care. Take all of them. There's a limit to tribes and stuff on Earth. Like, humans are not everywhere. Or if they are, what teachings do they study to be there? Right? So I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'm going to say it one more time because my phone on 1% and I want to get it all out. Will we be in the position that we're in right now if we never accepted the current teachings that we have? I appreciate y'all. Get to it now. Subscribe, man. I'm still here, y'all. Thank y'all, man.